What's going on YouTube? Florida Man Knives here with a quick video on sprint runs and exclusives, more specifically on how to know when they're going to be released and where to find them. So there are a few ways that I personally keep up on sprint runs and exclusives from all different companies that I'm interested in. The first being Instagram. Now honestly, I did not have an Instagram for years and recently had created one again for my YouTube channel, Florida Man Knives. And that definitely has been a huge asset in keeping up on when the knives will be released and which retailers, which distributors are going to have exclusives, etc. So you're going to want to follow, of course, all of the different distributors that you can. Another big tip, I would say, follow the Spyderco clubs, any of the pages related to Spyderco and the Millie Club for sure. They're definitely going to be always posting updates on the upcoming exclusives that are going to be released. And the second method is also related to the distributors themselves. Just stay up on top of the websites, honestly. You know, it seems like a hassle, but you really just got to check the websites. They're always, announcing new releases to be coming in the future. So that's really, an easy way to see which exclusives are going to be with which distributors. The third way that I personally keep up with them is going to be specific to Spyderco's. That's going to be the Spyderco forums. Now, I will drop a link down below, which has been extremely helpful for me. And this has been, in my opinion, the best tool or asset to find when and where the Spyderco sprint runs and exclusives will be released if you do not have Instagram. So as I said, I'll drop that link below. They do post, I can't remember the gentleman who updates it, but huge shout out to him. He continues to update it throughout the year. Each week that there's going to be, any news released on an upcoming exclusive or sprint run or regular Spyderco release, production model that will be included. So that is definitely, again, just really fantastic and a great resource. And then the final way that I specifically keep up with Spyderco's would be the Spyderco app. They are going to send you updates if you allow them to regarding upcoming exclusives and drops. So a lot of this has been, targeted towards Spyderco's. That is, of course, one of the bigger manufacturers regarding sprint runs and exclusives. There are several others out there, and, the same principles do apply. I do have a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive Benchmade bug out right there, just as a reference. They were announcing when they were going to be releasing that all over YouTube and Instagram, all of the social media pages. So that really, leads me to another point. Not just specifically Instagram, but again, all social media will be generally releasing, any updates on when these sprint runs and exclusives will be dropped. So the Smoky Mountain Knife Works bug out, I actually heard about that one from their YouTube channel. So that is just a great example of that, as were the Buck Marksman that I have up here. This was the May 2021 Buck of the Month. That one I did find out about on Instagram. To be honest with you, I was not even really aware that there was a Buck of the Month, and kind of ashamed to say that, but at the same time, say it proudly, because don't feel alone if you were not aware either. And I discovered that through one of their Instagram posts. This one was released on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you if you're a Star Wars fan for that reference, and I just had to get it. So a couple of others being the DLT Trading exclusive Cold Steel 4 Max Scout. I did see this one actually first on Metal Complex, so shout out to his channel, fantastic videos there. But, just another reference of when and where you can find out when these things will be released. But again, in my opinion, the best ways for Spyderco's are going to be the forum link that I will have below. And then the best way in general is going to be social media and just looking at the various knife distributors online and their websites. So to close it out, I did just want to throw up this Knifejoy exclusive, Spyderco Swish Bowie. You can see if you have sweaty hands, how it'll kind of track there. But man, all of these knives are fantastic. If you're a fan of exclusives, you will understand the hype behind them. It's just, I don't know, something's really cool about having a knife that that they're not going to make another exact variation of necessarily, or even if they do, it's going to be in an extremely limited quantity. You're talking less than 1,500 pieces, generally speaking. You know, if it's going to be a true sprint run or exclusive from, you know, various companies, they might be even in smaller batches. You know, for example, this one is actually one of 500 knives of this particular buck marksman, which I think is really neat. You can see definitely starting to gain some little bit of grit and grime in there, but you know, just really, really cool. You know, I don't have too many sprint runs. I do have, of course, more exclusives. They are generally more frequently released. Naturally, there are a lot more knife distributors out there than there are specific knife companies. And, well, that's not necessarily the case. I'm talking the larger ones, you know what I mean. You know, your Zero Tolerance, your Spydercos, your Benchmades. You know, for exclusives, I did want to reference also the Hogue Doug Ritter Mini RSK. This is a KnifeWorks exclusive, and you know, this is not going to be an exclusive in the manner of only 1,200 pieces made. This is a continued production model, but I did just want to note that not all exclusives are limited edition or, you know, specifically limited to a number when they're producing them. But anyways, just to close this video out, let me know what you guys think in the comments as far as where you generally find your sprint runs and exclusives and the news of them being released and where to find them. Also, I would genuinely be curious to hear what your personal favorite sprint run or exclusive knife is of any company, any brand. Obviously, I'm very biased towards Spyderco. I'm a Spyderco fanboy, but that is, you know, a big reason I made this video. I have seen several comments online of, you know, just people missing out on releases, and I do feel for them. You know, I was there myself a few years ago, always missing out on drops and exclusives, and so I just hope this video can be a little bit helpful to anyone out there, and I really appreciate everyone watching. Thanks.